Aloha, everybody. Hey, Gengi, watching from your school classrooms. Mahalo, teachers, for creating this opportunity for your kids to pipe in. I'm stoked to be here. This is my second time participating in the Careers in Conservation presentations. And again, thanks to Maui Huliau Foundation for also creating the space for these kids to kind of just hear what's out there here on Maui. So my name is Maggie, and I am the Public Information Specialist with the Kahoʻolawe Island Reserve Commission, or KIRC. The mission of the KIRC is to implement the vision for Kahoʻolawe. So we do that by providing for meaningful and safe use of the reserve for the purposes of traditional and cultural practices of the Native Hawaiian people, and to undertake the restoration of the island and its waters. And so a big part of my job related to that mission is the media and public relations side of things, and then also the outreach and education. So doing stuff like this, or going to your schools to give presentations. So if any of you guys are interested in that, please let me know. And helping schools access Kahoʻolawe, largely through grant writing. So we do BWET grants and MET mini grants to provide funding for teachers, for subs, and access fees for students, and materials to be able to engage them in curriculum related to Kahoʻolawe. And then luckily, every once in a while, I actually also get to engage in the fieldwork side of things. So like our first presenter, while the bulk of my job is the inside stuff, constantly searching for grants, managing grants, writing reports, doing budgeting, crafting social media posts on a regular basis to keep our presence very, very significant in that world, doing newsletters and annual reports to also show the general public kind of what we're doing, and sharing with like the Hawaii state legislatures like we are right now to secure funding through the state. And then also managing our email contacts and our donors and our memberships, and staying in constant communication with them to make sure they know what's going on Kahoʻolawe, to be able to help them see that their donations and their efforts are going towards the right things and what they want. So that's most of my job, sitting in an office, doing all the office-y things and the admin-y things, which are, that's where my strengths lie in terms of my skills and abilities. I'm also working on my PhD related to social media communications in Kahoʻolawe. So that definitely is my work set in terms of my skill set. However, the best part of my job is all the little things I get to do in the field. Recently in 2019, we had our first baby pueo hatchling observed on island. Hasn't happened in over 100 years. So we have baby wa'akani that are born in the reserve that their parents come back and hatch there. We actually have a seal in the reserve who kind of has grown up there over the last few years since I've been working with KIRC, and she's just about at pupping age. So now we're kind of on the watch for her to have her first baby on Kahoʻolawe, which will be really exciting. We had a big fire in 2020, and some of our native plants were able to be seen regrowing in August. That's what that little tiny ma'o plant next to its charred makua is on the bottom corner. And then the last two photos are actually of seeds we outplanted. A school group I was with in February, individual group I was with in February, put the seeds down. And then the school group I was with in April, we went back to the sites and we actually saw those seeds had sprouted with no one having taken care of them, and just having a little bit of water given to them before we walked away. I had all the girls from Waldorf School use their drinking water to water the little plants we saw in that area to kind of give them another leg up. So, again, I do the office stuff so that I get to do and see and help this stuff, be able to continue and thrive and grow. Because as many of you know, or maybe don't, I should take that back, as many of the presenters know, but not many of the students likely know, conservation is a mostly thankless field. A lot of the time the efforts we put in aren't necessarily seen immediately in what we're doing, like these little seeds. I just got lucky that we happened to drive by that spot again and see the fruits of our labor actually sprout. But most of the time the efforts we put in are not for our generation. They might not even be for the next generation. The other side of my job is getting that generation out to island, making sure they see it feel it, touch it, breathe it. You know, after a day in the field, you got plenty of red dirt up your nose. You are tasting the ʻāina. You are living and being one with the ʻāina and Kanaloa out on Kahoʻolawe. But I'll tell you what, these kids come back to us and they want to take care of this place, and not just this place, but their homes. You know, they go back to Maui and see how they can take what they've learned in their week with us on island and better their own spaces and live aloha ʻāina in their own spaces. So we had a group of students, for example, out from Maui High School in 2020 through a Marine Education Training Mini Grant. That's the top picture you see on the left. And one of those students who was on that access approached our ocean program manager and asked if she could put together an access as her senior project. And so that group will actually be coming out this coming March. That student was the po'o for that group and has put it together and gotten it ready. And, you know, so they got their own funding and their own stuff for it. So just that kind of inspiration to see it come to fruition through these programs is so beautiful. And then the group of girls, those were a bunch of seniors from Haleakala Waldorf, juniors and seniors from Haleakala Waldorf High School, and same us in one day that, you know, I have as grown men can't sometimes do. So just seeing how the inspiration Kahoʻolawe can bring to everyone, but particularly to young people, is really important to me, especially because I have my own little guy. And I'm so grateful I get to bring him to work and to allow him to experience ʻāina and his cousins and our other family members, you know, getting to have them as his babysitter every once in a while out with me and seeing the connections of aloha ʻāina and how they change lives. So with that said, let me know how I can get you guys out there. I know Lahaina Luna, you guys are working with our volunteer coordinator right now to schedule a trip in the next year or so. So to the other teachers, if I can help, please just let me know, reach out through the chat. I'll put my information in there and you guys can connect. Thank you.